Aya is a professional model, artist, and beauty queen. She finds wonder in pursuing her advocacy, which ties in two things she is passionate about: the youth and art. Through her reign as Binibini Pilipinas Grand International 2019, she continues to make a positive impact in the lives she touches through her charity works and aspires to inspire through her positive content online.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of In Love with Me. And as you can see, we have a beautiful beauty queen, a woman that I love so much and I've seen grow up. And we will hear from her beautiful story, her inspiring journey on how she became the empowered woman that she is today. So before we hear all that, let me introduce to you guys the beautiful Binibini Pilipinas Grand International 2019, Aya Abesamis. Hi, Aya.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Thanks for joining me this afternoon.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course, I love having you on this show. You're so, I know, you're always motivating people on your social media. Beautiful photos that you're posting. I love to see that you're active during this time. But before all that, before we talk about what's going on with you now, give us a brief, I guess, summary, or it's up to you if you want to do a long version of your journey on how you became the empowered woman that you are today.
Well, it's been a long process. Ever since I was younger, a lot of people would see potential in me, but I didn't really see the potential and believed in myself. But after studying the things that I was really passionate about, which was fine arts at the University of Santo Tomas, and then trying out different things like the school pageants, and then moving to a different country, I learned so much, and it gave me the willpower to who I am right now.
So where did you go to school?
I went to the University of Santo Tomas.
Right. And then after that, that's when you moved to New York, or was there still modeling and fashion going on here?
After college, I did a full-time work on modeling. And then after that, that's when I moved to New York.
So with being successful here somewhat in the fashion industry, what made you choose to leave the Philippines to go to New York? Was it a new scenery? What was it?
Well, when I was younger, I always dreamt of going to New York because, you know, it's the city of dreams and everyone would also want to try it out. So I wanted to try, and I had my hopes high that I wanted to try anything that was, I don't know, like there for me, or if it was really for me. And I really do believe that it is. But I just went back here to try something new, and we'll see what goes there after.
So meaning with that, I know that like you said, being a beauty queen was not really part of your bucket list or your wish list. And how did you somehow add that onto your list? What happened?
It was kind of like a 360 thing. So when I was here, a lot of people would bug me about it. Like, you should join, ever since I was 16 years old. And then I just really didn't want to. I was like so pressured, especially that you have a title and my mom also has a title. It was so much pressure. And I was more passionate about modeling. But ever since I moved to New York, living alone, seeing people that I've never met, meeting them up, and they could see that potential in me. So it made me realize that maybe I should just give it a try, and I don't want to regret anything in the future. So that's basically the story why I joined.
And with that, I know not a lot of people know the behind the scenes of what happened on what made you decide to join again. Because I know the first time you joined Binibini was more so to make people happy. Yeah, right?
Well, not really. I also wanted to.
I mean, it was
yeah.
a risk.
Yeah, it was a really big risk.
Yeah, and then it's always tough to challenge yourself a second time round, right? So what motivated you on telling yourself, okay, I still have a chance. I'm going to do this again. What was the change of mindset that happened?
I think the change of mindset was more on that I wanted to regain myself. And I know that I gave so much during my first round, but then I know that I could give more. And so I did that to fulfill my dreams, to check that up in the bucket list, and to I don't know, just try to live my dream. I think that's the thing. And regain myself.
Yeah, of course, second, when you give yourself a second chance, you become more of, I guess you're mature more, you've experienced
Mm-hmm.
it, so you knew what to expect. So what are,
Yeah.
what are the things that you did better or prepared for in a better way than the first time around?
Okay, so the first time around, I think everything was rushed because I just decided on the spot that I just wanted to do it. And in the second time around, I trained so much. I regained and helped myself more in the Q&A portion where I was having a hard time. But then um, it was more of like I just needed to understand myself more to go through my core. And then I worked out a lot. I did a lot of pasarela training. I spoke to a lot of people, and I really wrote down everything that I really wanted to do, what I envisioned myself to be with.
So as an artist, did you see this as painting and a masterpiece of yourself?
Yes, because ever since I always saw myself as a canvas, and with the fashion world, I like um, different ideas that the designers would make you wear. And so this one was like a canvas, just adding every single thing to make one masterpiece.
Mhm. I know, for me personally, I looked up to your mom a lot. I wanted to have the same crown as she did, but of course, I was blessed with the
Don't
crown.
we all?
I don't regret it. But how did you feel as a daughter of a beauty queen that was a finalist in an international pageant? How was how did you motivate yourself in a way that you didn't feel this pressure from what your mom has achieved? I mean, put me out of that picture. Your mom alone is someone who's respected in the industry. So how did you overcome that? Like, how did you say, I can do what she did?
Well, there's always pressure. That's for sure. But then what I really focused on was that she is she and I am me. So I just wanted to do something for me that they would be happy and that I would be happy too. Just simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that, of course, Aya is her mom is Desiree Verdadero Abesamis. She was 1984 Miss no, Binibini Pilipinas Universe and was top 5 during that time. Her pageant was held in Florida, and looking up to my aunt was pressure for me too. So I did not know what Aya was feeling at the time, considering that actually, if people don't know this, her mom also joined twice, right?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
similar stories, right, that you had, and it's a domino effect. I love the fact that as a mother and daughter can empower each other with their stories, and now that you're doing it, you're empowering others. Like, we have some students here listening, and I know they have so many questions to ask you, but during this time, during quarantine, I know it's aligned to the pressure that you felt during Binibini, and also just not knowing what was going to be the result, not knowing what's going to happen. How did you, what was your like routine? Did you have a mantra? Did you have some form of prayer maybe that kept you hopeful?
Um, my routine was usually kind of what I do also right now. As soon as I wake up, I thank the Lord and I thank also the universe for everything that's been given to me, all the blessings. And then I always read and listen to affirmations. And also that I try my best to meditate and focus on myself more, and also bash out all the negative energy.
I think that is really key. You know, you have to make sure that you yourself is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
As well as, you know, affirmations, being grateful for, you know, like little things, simple joys. Music. Do you listen to a lot of music? What kind of music?
Yes, I love music. There's so much kinds. There I like pop, techno, a bunch of rock. So many kinds. I love dancing into certain musics, but then I would just have my earphones and just listen it all by myself and dance by myself. Usually.
Music helps us be motivated, right? It keeps
Yes,
a happy
it
home.
does.
So with that, what else? What else have you been doing during this quarantine? Is there something new that you've learned about yourself, or something new that you have been doing?
Um, During this quarantine, I've been painting a lot, drawing, learning a lot of new recipes. I'm more into baking, but then I'm learning more into cooking different cuisines, and then I'm also reading, listening to music, staying as much as possible under the sun, like every day for at least 30 minutes to have that good vitamin D.
Mhm.
And I also learned a lot about myself this quarantine, especially if you get to know your character strengths. It's really, really interesting.
How did you do you have a guide? Like do you research this online, or do you have a book that helps you like help you guide yourself to finding your true meaning of your life?
Um, I do have a bunch of books that's really deep into my heart that I want to understand more of myself. That's why I read those books because they're really, really interesting. And I also research more about it. That's what I really do.
Yeah.
So I get to understand myself more. And with the recent thing that I said, the character strengths, it helps you manipulate, it helps you see the four strengths, the four top strengths that really help you be happy, especially during this quarantine time.
So speaking of that, of course, we, you know, our soul has to be happy, but our
Mhm.
has to be happy too. So what have you been eating lately, or what's your go healthy meals maybe during this time? Because of course, there, like you said, we have, you know, you're cooking new things. So are you cooking a lot, or are you, you know, picking and choosing your takeouts? How are you staying healthy with food wise?
Um, I didn't really order anything for takeout for this quarantine. It's more of like me cooking from scratch and trying to eat healthy. Usually I eat a lot of salad with some meat and then some vegetables. Um, what more? There's a lot more like oatmeals and a lot of things like that. Basically healthy, cut down on the sugar, cut down on the salt, and drink a lot of water.
Yes, exactly. Keep hydrated, everyone. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's go back to during the time that uh, you were in the pageant. Let's say second time round or a first time round, and of course, you know this is the day and age of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, One thing I always, you know, would tell my students is when you take this chance of joining a pageant and you become an official candidate, you're an open book now, right? So
True.
of course, with your generation, social media is more active. Um, we receive good comments, bad comments, um, you know, comments that you know would not expect. But how did you cope with, say, the negative comments? What did you do to turn your mindset around when you read or see or hear from people that they read certain things about you?
Well, what I do is that I try as much as possible not to read anything on social media. If people would talk to me, it would mostly be to criticize me or to just bring me down. But then I try to block that certain energy, and I just think I just try to focus on myself and listen to the people that I'm really close to and I trust the most. And they really help me a lot.
Yeah, and then I think I also gave you advice. Don't look at your phone.
Yes, you told me that. So usually I would just post and then that's it.
I mean, I am very thankful for the fan base that was created by now we call family, that we have a chat group.
Mhm.
Speaking of that, hi to Tita Des. She's watching us.
Hi, Mom. Oh no, she's kidding.
She's been such a strong pillar for both of us. I mean, for me, she's my second mom. So I love you. Thanks for watching. We wanted you to on this, but we'll still
She
try.
wants to be behind.
Yeah, we'll still try to get you on this to inspire everyone. But regardless, that is a great point. That's why for me, I'm promoting more positive content, right? Because
Mhm.
most especially right now, everybody needs that boost of confidence, that boost of happy hormones. And for you to have experienced something where you are trying to motivate yourself to represent um, you and your family, and of course now the country, it's not an easy job, right?
Definitely is.
Comes with that. It's that the territory is that you have to face good and sometimes mean comments.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, if you know your why and you know why you're doing what you're doing, then it should not matter on what other people say, right, Aya?
I agree. Definitely agree. And also be your true self.
Mhm.
That's basically it.
So I mean, it's always tough to leave family and friends. Okay, let's go back to you moving to New York. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what was the things that you had with you that made you strong as a person by taking that leap of faith, trying out being in a new country, being in a new environment? I'm sure you had friends and family there, but not as many as you had here. So how did you cope?
Um, I think one of the factors for me to be able to cope and to be strong in moving to the States was my mom. I mean, it's not just because she's listening, but because she really pushed me to push for my dreams and she really supported me nonstop. Also, my dad, too, but she was the one who really went, like, yeah, you should go, push for it, go for it. So she's one of the factors that really helped me. And also the strong connection with my family and friends. There's technology right now. You could just go online, message each other. Those are one of the factors. And also just having your hopes high and also believing in yourself. That's what really pushes you to do and to go over that comfort zone.
Yes, and Aya said it. That's right. Even at this time, a simple check-in with your
Mm-hmm.
family and friends. It doesn't even have to be long. Could be like 5 minutes, just saying hi, how are you? And with Aya's experience of her moving to a faraway place from her comfort zone, the technology that we have right now gives us that security of knowing that we can just reach out to our parents, our brothers or sister, or even our best friends and say, "Hey, I need you to hear me," little.
Yeah.
So it's perfect timing also right now. I mean, look, we have Zoom and we're living, and
Mm-hmm.
this wouldn't be something that you would think about if we weren't in this challenging time, because right now the whole world is in the same boat, right? So, of course, they say that your batch may be the batch that will be reigning for a longer period than normal.
It
How does
seems like
how
it.
does that make you feel? I mean, of course, you're still in the platform of having a powerful voice,
Mm-hmm.
and you girls are lucky. So, what are the things that you guys are doing with this rain right now? Like most especially during the quarantine.
Well, with each of the other queens, the others, we would all help, and we would all help the community, but then in different ways. With me, it's usually I have to stay home and stay safe, but I would help in like painting, helping out with a help exhibit. So it's like a fundraiser to help out for the frontliners and for the people in need, while the others would go hand in hand to bring things from different hospitals to different venues. We all have our different kind of helping game. So yeah, we try our best to be safe and to also help at the same time and to be an inspiration to others. And I hope that everyone would appreciate that, and we try our best to be the best version of ourselves.
Yes, and of course, you're taking the time out to be part of this campaign, so that is
Mm-hmm.
a big help already. I hope we can invite the other queens also. Maybe we can do like a, all of you in one interview. That would be nice to hear from everyone, and what
That would
they're.
be good.
So I really admire on your posting, your social media posting. Of course, you're a creative, you're an artist. So what are your what is your motivation, or do you just post like right now? Okay, I feel like posting this, or do you have a plan? Like, do you have like a
uh,
plan, or because it's just to me, it's like wow, I really thought this out. Like she really popped this up because every time you post something, it's just so inspiring. So what can you guide? Of course, everybody wants to have a nice social media, Instagram.
mm-hmm.
I think with PMAP, we're taught that Instagram is now a portfolio as a model,
Yeah.
right? Or for you as a beauty queen. What can you give as advice on how to post if you want to become an aspiring model or an aspiring beauty queen?
Mm, ever since I started with Instagram, I would just post random things actually, but then things that would really inspire me or catch my attention, which are basically all colorful things. And in time, as the years passed by, I learned from some professionals like how they actually manage their posts. But for me, I still post randomly, usually not on the spot, like the same day posting of the same day, but mostly randomly, but has a certain symmetry. I don't know if you guys understand, but it's all colorful at the same time.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, the one that
Oh,
you
thank you.
with the yellow mask. That's why I was
Oh,
motivated to wear yellow for you today. And
that
yellow,
one was crazy. I took a photo of that with my self timer, but of course because I'm living alone, and it was a challenge, but it was fun.
okay, I see Tita Des is really, really paying attention here. She has a question, but you will answer first.
Oh
So
my
the question
gosh.
is, what made you decide to join a beauty contest or Binibini?
I answered that already though.
There you go, Aya.
Okay, what made me decide is that I saw, like what I said a while ago, was when I moved to New York and people that I didn't know that I met from I mean randomly, they saw the potential in me. Like they didn't see me as I'm the daughter of who, I'm the cousin of who, they just saw me as me, seeing my potential, and it made me believe that I would be able to probably give the same factor as what my mom and my cousin did. Like I could be able to represent also the Philippines, and that I wanted to fulfill a big check mark in my bucket list, and I wanted also to be happy and be confident with myself.
Yeah, and of course, we all looked up to you to this, so we
Yes.
also represent the country like you did. But I guess similar story, me and Aya. But for me, I think it came by chance. Um, Not only was I a tomboyish when I was young, it was my love, and my dad was no, he was very involved with the Filipino community in Australia, and it happened that I was chosen to be a candidate for the Filipino fiesta that happens every year. So during that time, it was unexpected. The ladies who were part of that group approached my dad because they happened to see me at my uncle's 50th birthday party, and I think they were deciding on a candidate and they didn't have one yet. And so I just happened to be dressed up a little bit. And normally I stuff. The makeup and the heels. No, that wasn't my thing. That was and so they said to my dad, "Hey, your daughter is next. You have no choice." And I was just, they told me, and of course, it was for a good cause. This was a Filipino event in Australia that they will raise funds to help the needy in the Philippines. And at that time, they partnered up with Mayor Atienza of Manila during that time, and so the beneficiary was Mrs. Atienza's orphanage, and then also Hospicio de San Jose for the elders, and another children's orphanage. So when I was lucky enough to win that, and your mom came to Australia to actually teach me, walking and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Gowns from designers here, Mama Rene, and I was just like, okay, this is something new. But then during that time, I was just having fun. I was like, okay, I'll just do this to make them happy. But then when I came to the Philippines, and then I got to go to the orphanage and the home for the elders, that's when I saw my why. I think where I said to myself, if I'm able to wear a crown and a sash and help my fellow Filipinos in a way that I can talk to people who are decision makers, just because I made that my platform, which is being a queen. I said I want to aim higher, and then of course your mom already gave us somewhat of an inspiration to reach a goal of representing a country. And that was always my dream, was to be part of the Olympics and wear the Philippine flag. And little did I know that I would be wearing a Philippine sash as a beauty. Like, oh, this is different. I wanted to wear my rubber shoes and represent the Philippines in maybe a tennis match. But then I guess God has his plans, right? He does. Always his plans to turn things around and give you more than you expect. Just like with you, Aya, we're extremely proud of you, regardless what you placed in the second time round, 2019. But wow, how things turned, and now you have a crown after all the what do you call this? The time frame, and people saying, okay, this is Aya's last year. She can't join it next year. I mean, you knew that also. And to me, I was already proud of you, of having the courage to even try it again, second time round. Girls and guys who want to achieve something in life, just because you did not achieve that goal the first time round, it doesn't mean you cannot try again. Look at Aya. She has such a beautiful story. Not knowing that she would even have a crown after being already placed as first runner-up, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we get this news. We were like all excited. Of course, we did not expect the challenge that happened along the way, but like we said, it's God's plan. And if you just keep an open heart, if you keep a mindset, things will fall into place, right? We have our moms are our biggest fans, and they're our biggest motivation, inspiration. So my mom now is asking, what is your biggest aspiration right now, Aya?
I think my biggest aspiration right now is more on working more on myself and focusing more on what I would be happy on. And let's see how it goes in the future. I wouldn't want to say anything like really, I don't know. I just don't want to say anything, but I just want to work on it.
But give us a little teaser. What do you see yourself in 5 years from now? How do you see yourself? Sorry.
Well, how I see myself is that I'm not sure if I'm going to be here in the Philippines, but I would want to be also known as a great artist. I would want to sell my works, probably be really serious already with life, but happy and successful.
Yes, and you might be a mom. But anywho, yeah, I mean, I will support your art. I mean, it's beautiful art. Guys, you can't really see it clear, but she has some artwork hanging. That's all Aya's art. You know, if you have a chance to look on her social media, you know, she has really great technique and it's beautiful. All right, another one. Have you done any paintings during this quarantine? Yes, you have, right?
Yes. Would you want to see it?
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah. The
I
question,
have a bunch right now.
oh, cute.
So
You are.
these are for sale at hashtag help exhibit. And then when you buy and collect art, you can help supply for the frontliners and feed a lot of people.
But would you, as an artist, do you accept, let's say, if someone wants a particular portrait or design, are you open to doing that kind of freelance work?
Yes, I'm actually open to any of it. It's just that I would have a certain twist on my kind of style. But if you're not into those things, then maybe we can try to meet halfway or something.
Yeah, I was talking to another artist the other day, and you know, there's something that they were saying that they love to put their twist so that it shows that that was their piece, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have another question from Aubrey. What beauty tips do you swear by?
Okay, beauty tips, which I learned from my mom because at her age she looks freaking gorgeous and her skin's so nice. So what she taught me was to this is different. You should always smile and be happy. Two is that always moisturize your skin and keep it clean. And the third one is to always drink water, always hydrate.
And that's just the norm that you have to do every
Mm-hmm.
day.
That's the normal.
It's you know, your insides need to be hydrated. You need to drink lots of water, especially this period of time, guys. And
Mm-hmm.
another question: when did you start getting into art?
I started getting into arts when I was really, really young. Like it also came to a point that my auntie asked me when I was, I think, maybe like 3 or 4 years old. She asked me, "What did you want to be when you grow up?" And then I didn't know how to say it. I just knew how to say like draw. And so I said I wanted to be a drawer, which she was surprised. She was like, "A cabinet?" And I was like, "No, a drawer, a drawer." So yeah, that was it all started from there.
And who are your biggest artists that inspire you?
A lot of big artists has inspired me, but the main one was Frida Kahlo. Especially that she's a woman, she was very strong. She had the courage to paint whatever she was painting, which was more of her self-portrait and what she really felt like.
Yeah, we love her too.
Mm-hmm. Iconic.
Super, even with the eyebrows. So what can you I want to know your words of wisdom for, let's say, girls who have joined pageants already and are now fearing to join again, the ones that haven't placed yet. Like, what would your advice be for them?
My advice would be for the women who are kind of discouraged in that circumstance is that do not ever give up. Have that faith, believe in yourself, focus on yourself, and it's all about timing and probably there's something else for you, or if you really really want it, then work hard for it. I
That's
think that's it.
that's beautiful. Would you be willing to do art class via Zoom? Like
Zoom?
because I
How would
remember
that work?
well,
Hmm.
that we have at their homes.
Why not?
Because you
Something
know,
new?
remember when we went, Aya actually invited me to one of her advocacies, and it was so nice because she did artwork with you know, children who were abandoned and also abused. What I liked about it is that, you know, since her passion was art, it really showed, and everybody had such a good time, and it was just a simple equipment, right? We made
Yeah.
flowers. I mean, if you have paint, you can, I guess we can Google how to make paint at home. But yeah, that would be great, Aya. Like if you can think of something like that to encourage everyone to.
Sure, let me think about it.
Apart
But
from art,
I'm
okay.
definitely game for it.
Yeah. So apart from art, what else do you do for me time? I know we have a lot of me time that we can occupy right now. So what are the favorite things that you like to do during time of meditation, I guess, or I don't know. Do you just listen to music? Do you read a book? I know you did a really fun IGTV makeup. So what is it that you like to do during your me time?
During my free time, especially during this quarantine, I always think or come up with a certain routine that would occupy my whole day and that I would just feel fulfilled and productive. But there are also times that I feel really down. So my routine would usually be wake up, go out in the sun for like 30 minutes. After that, make some breakfast, work out, read some books, play some Animal Crossing, sometimes
Saying that.
paint. Or if I don't paint, I would draw or like do some makeup things on me. Um, read a lot and also try to check into like some online courses that would help you be more productive, and it would be like a future heads on, like in the future you don't know what you're going to do, but then at least you have this additional chapters that you could add.
Mhm. And there's a lot of free workshop, guys.
A lot of free workshop too.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful people out there that are willing to share their talents. And of course, we'll wait for Aya's workshop. Last question before we wrap up: what kind of paint do you use for your artwork?
I am more of a mixed media kind of artist, but then I usually use oil or acrylic.
Okay, hope that answers your question, guys. And before we close up, Aya, please give your words of inspiration and motivation to everyone right now, aspiring models, aspiring candidates in the pageantry, especially at this time.
Well, hello everyone. I would like to say that I know that this is a hard time right now, but we can all do this together if we work on it. And please stay home, stay safe, eat a lot of healthy food and vitamins. We're all in this together and we can conquer this, or at least, I don't know, go over this pandemic.
Yes.
And I hope that we have a vaccine soon so everything will just be over.
Mm-hmm. And let's pray for that. I know there's a lot of hardworking scientists and also in the medicine field that are trying to find cure and staying hopeful. And so we are doing our part and staying home and making sure that us ourselves are drinking a lot of water, taking our vitamins, and just be motivated, guys. Like Aya said, stay focused on yourself and your dreams and your passion. Watch motivational videos, workshops that is available online. Just listen to music that will keep you calm and happy and will boost the happy hormones, okay? And at the same time, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed with me, with Aya Abesamis. Actions speak louder than words, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of other inspiring guests. So Aya, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Hold on, let me get us off live so that I can